Indonesia's government is working on a 5-year digital nomad visa. I wanted to shoot this video to fill you in on what I believe the requirements will be, who this visa is for, who it is not for. So I wanted to shoot this video to set expectations so you can get a better picture in terms of what to expect and how to go about getting this 5-year visa for Indonesia. We have seen a massive change across most of Southeast Asia, with the exception of the Philippines and Thailand. Those are really the only two countries that have maintained their pre-COVID visa policies. Most other countries, and we're talking about Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, pretty much all of them have, changed back and forth. Some of them have surrendered visa programs. Some of them came up with upgrades, made it a lot more expensive. I mean, we have seen so many changes over the past 2.5 years, like we have not seen over the past 10 years. It has been a time of change. Now, what does Indonesia want with its digital nomad visa? Because you'd think, why not switch back or continue with what was in place pre-pandemic? Because it worked. It was a proven system. It attracted 1.3 million visitors each month. That is a whole lot of people. That's over 15 million people that the country generated in 2019. The reality is that Indonesia had a massive trash problem, which has been taken care of more or less. What Indonesia's government wants is to attract the top 20% of digital nomads. And that sounds not horrible to the guys that have maybe like a low-paying job, maybe they're freelancers, and they just made enough money to get by to live in Southeast Asia, but they didn't really have a lavish life before. Does this mean that you guys are not going to be able to afford this 5-year digital nomad visa? Well, that is yet to be determined, because from what I can see is that Indonesia's government is looking to attract only 3 to 4 million perpetual digital nomads. What does perpetual digital nomads mean? Well, it means that they want to have people that have a much higher income, that are much stronger economically speaking, and that want to live in the country for 5 years, for up to 5 years. So we're talking about people that have consistent, reliable income through the internet. Now that income needs to be from abroad, right? It can be generated, from a local company. You cannot have a local company to qualify for this 5-year visa. The question is, how much income will you need? The answer is, we don't know that yet. I can see the following two scenarios play out. I can see Indonesia go down the path that Costa Rica went down. Costa Rica offers also a digital nomad visa for 12 months, can be extended for another 12 months, so up to 2 years. The income requirement is going to be at least $3,000 a month from an offshore company, from an offshore source. So it cannot be a local company, it cannot be a company from Costa Rica paying you. If you have at least $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $5,000, be it $217,000, doesn't matter. As long as it's above the $3,000, you may qualify for Costa Rica's digital nomad visa. Well, there's more requirements to it. You need to have health insurance, right? You need to be a person of good character, right? You can't be a criminal. It's not going to work. And if you meet these requirements, Costa Rica may accept you. So that's the deal that we have seen in a place like Costa Rica. Very similar in a place like Antigua, right? Just speaking. Also, some EU countries have digital nomad visas, for like 12 months, 24 months. Like Greece has an extendable digital nomad visa that you may qualify for. Not really needed for someone with an EU passport, but just saying. And what's interesting here is, like I said, I see this option where Indonesia's government says, you know what, if you have an income, I think it's going to be at least $2,000, maybe even above $2,500, $3,000. If you have this income and it's consistent, you can prove it to us, you're going to be allowed to stay in our country, right? We don't know what the exact figure is going to be, but just taking a look at the neighboring countries, what Thailand expects. I'm not saying they're going to copy Thailand's system, because they may not. And it could very well be a lot more, because they want to focus on the top 20% of travelers that used to visit Bali. So we're talking about people that earn above I think $2,500 to $3,000 a month. We're not talking about people that just make $1,000, $1,500. That's not gonna cut it. Or scenario 2, which I believe could happen. You know, I think scenario 1 may be more likely because, you know, Indonesia is just building its reputation, you know, in terms of like creating a digital nomad visa. So I'm not sure if they would go ahead and do option 2, you know, scenario 2, which I'm going to explain now, which is that they're going to do something like a Thai elite visa. Okay, you want to stay in Indonesia, you want to live in Bali for 5 years, okay, pay us $10,000, pay us $15,000, pay us $20,000, and in return, we are not going to tax you. That's actually the biggest incentive because the 183-day rule applies. It won't apply if you get the digital nomad visa, even if you stay in the country for more than 183 days. What countries typically do, you know, for people that want to live there permanently, they want to spend more than half of the year in the country, is that they're going to open their arms to them if you have the required financials and if you're willing to pay taxes on certain income. Each country is different. So Indonesia says, well, we don't care about the offshore income. We're not going to tax that. Local income, you cannot be working for a local company. You know, local income may be taxable if it's like from a rental property, but offshore income, you can earn whatever you want offshore. Whatever you have, it's not going to be taxable. And that's attractive to people because even someone who is on a Thai elite visa, I know some people that have the Thai elite visa that live in Thailand permanently, they are actually paying their taxes in Thailand. They're declaring their income, also their offshore income, to the Thai government. They're filing their taxes in Thailand and they're paying their taxes in Thailand. And that's why the Thai government is fine with them because they made a sizable contribution to the government. You know, they paid like $18,000, $17,000 for the 5-year visa, or they paid $32,000, $33,000 for the 20-year Thai elite visa. So of course the Thai government is going to be okay with that because first of all, you made this sizable donation contribution and you're also paying taxes. That's how you are welcome in Asia these days. If you have a good income, if you make a solid contribution, if you pay taxes, if you behave, if you're a good resident, if you're a good visa holder, then nothing's going to happen. You're going to be very welcome. But if you don't have much money, you don't have much to prove, then you may not be welcome for a long period of time. So in case you're not meeting the financial requirements, which we're not sure yet, you know, we're not sure how much they're going to ask for. It could very well be that they're going to say, you know, just pay us $10,000, $15,000, or you just show us that you have, you know, whatever, $3,000 plus in income. If you can't meet either requirement, you're going to end up as a tourist again. You're not going to have any special privileges. You're only going to get 30 or 60 days in the country. And you may not be able to do visa runs because once they have the digital nomad visa in place, there's really no excuse for somebody to do a visa run unless they don't have the financials to pursue the visa. That's what I'm thinking. That's what's going to happen. And we're seeing the same picture across multiple continents, multiple Southeast Asian countries. Bali is not the only place. Indonesia is not the only place that's doing it. No way. They're all going down this path. Vietnam hasn't really come up with anything yet. They don't have a retirement visa. They don't have a digital nomad visa. Who knows what they're gonna do? Anyway, that's my 2 cents. So if you wanna be in the top 20%, you gotta have more income. And if you can't have more income and you cannot, you know, make a sizable contribution, you can still be a perpetual traveler, but with very short stay allowances in different Southeast Asian countries. What do you think about Indonesia's plan to introduce a 5-year digital nomad visa? Where are you heading next? Leave a comment below and let us know. Subscribe now and turn on alerts to never miss any of my future nomadism, dating, and business advice videos. I highly recommend that you grab a free copy of my latest ebook, The Nomad Elite Income Booster, your go-to guide for creating passive income streams using the internet. All you need to do is click on the link below the video. And if you got some more time left, check out these videos. Thank you for watching.